Weenies? Welcome back to Wiener Workouts. In case you guys didn't know, this is my good friend, my best friend, Antonio. He came from San Antonio with his wife to spend Christmas with my family, as well as his wives. But that's not what we're going to be talking about today. Today we are going to be talking about intentions and whether they're the right ones, the wrong ones, or just simple and plain. So, Antonio, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to answer for the audience watching. When you do something, what are your intentions? Whether it's with dating, whether it's with lifting weights, what is going through your mind as far as intentions?
I think intentions go deeper than just what you just said. I think everything that you do in life, whether it's following a dream, anything, it starts with an intention. So every time I do something, I always think about this quote, and it goes like, good is never enough, so you have to do your best. So it doesn't matter what you do, you always gotta do your best, because someone will always do better than you. And if you just give your good, that might not cut it. And then even if you do good, you're gonna regret, because you'll think about it and reflect on what you just did, and then think about how much more you could have done. Oh, you're gonna say, oh, I could have done this differently, I could have done this maybe better. So, I mean, intentions can go with everything. So like I said, it can be a dream, but you should always try your best, no matter what.
So, I agree with him to an extent, because most people don't have the mental fortitude to do the best that they can. So whatever they do, that's as much as they can do. And as weenies, I know exactly where you guys are coming from. He knows exactly where you guys are coming from. Because where we started is probably where you started, but even lower. So think of where you're coming from. It's probably at a very low point. But the beauty about this, the beauty about your intentions, is that whatever you set your mind to, the only way to go is up. So you can go back down, you can go back up, you can shift all the way through. But the fact of the matter remains, you started somewhere, and now you're somewhere else. Even if you move just a little inch. Now, the example that I wanted to give is another friend of mine. He dated this girl for a while. Now, she's into athletics, sports, that sort of stuff, and he's out of shape. He's a typical weenie. Now, here's why he's a winner and not a weenie. Is because when she started talking to this other guy, they're not dating, she just started talking to him. This dude was big and muscular and this and that. What does my friend do? He starts lifting weights. He wants to get big and muscular. Now, you see the distinction there? His intentions are in the wrong place. He's trying to get fit for the girl and not for himself. What a winner. Can you accept that to yourself?
No.
Because I can't either. If you have that sort of mindset, then let me sit here and tell you that you got the wrong intentions. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me, but like I said, we came from a very, very low place and we're out of there right now. And it's not to say that we're winning, because we're not.
No.
We're losing and we're learning.
We all start in different places.
Elaborate some more on your personal experiences.
For me, I always, since I was a kid, I was never athletic. I never lifted weights. I remember when I was like in middle school, my little brother could do more push-ups than me. And he's 5 years younger than me. So he could do more push-ups, more sit-ups. I was fat. I didn't have the mental toughness. And I always gave him pleasure. So I would get home, and I would tell myself, on the way home, I'd be like, okay, you gotta go for a walk, you gotta go for a run. Instead, I would get home, turn on the TV, get some, bananas and bread, because that was like my favorite thing, with orange juice. And just go at it. And I gained more weight. But then it got to a point where that voice inside your head, your conscience is telling you, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is not, excuse my French, but this is not who you say yourself to be. I started doing girl push-ups, and there's no shame in it.
You mean on your knees, right?
Yeah, on your knees. And then I started doing that. I started doing, I couldn't do a squat correctly, so I started doing half squats, holding onto the chair. I started working out at home. And then one of my uncles, he brought his son from another country into our country. He was staying with us for a while, so he was teaching me how to work out. And then he bought some weights, so I started using like the 30-pound weights, to do shrugs, to do lunges and all that stuff. But I started somewhere, you know. I didn't start going already to the gym, or I didn't start being athletic and having a six-pack like a lot of us do. Growing up skinny, having great metabolism, I didn't do that. And then when I got to high school, I got to a point that I was ahead of other people, because when high school is like mostly when you start growing up, you start getting out of that.
It's a popularity contest.
Yes, come on, yeah.
That's all it is.
It's really a popularity contest.
People trying to be better than you.
Yeah, but I was fortunate enough to. I remember the first day of high school, freshman year. I went to the gym class, and then there was this guy named Jordy Kano, and he was like, "Hey man, you're a freshman. Pretty much everyone wants to do football and soccer and all these other sports, but you should try out for wrestling." I was like, "Wrestling?" He's like, "Yeah, come to the wrestling room." He showed me how to get there. It was like going up the stairs. So he was the one who introduced me to wrestling, and that was like my wake up call. Like wrestling was like the thing that I fell in love with, and I was like, okay, this is actually what I want to do for the rest of my life. Because the first day of wrestling practice, it pushed me so hard that it woke up something deep inside of me that said, "Oh damn, I didn't know that was there, but it is there." So and his intentions were, he probably saw this fat kid. It was like, "Damn, let me help this fat kid, get in shape. He probably doesn't get no girls." His intentions, whether they were good or bad, or he just felt bad for me, at the end of the day, it came out to be good, because I wrestled all 4 years, made varsity in my first year because I was hard working.
Slow down, you sound like a winner there, buddy. And you sound like a winner.
But the beauty of wrestling, and I also do jiu-jitsu, is that there's always someone better. You always get humbled down. My my father-in-law was like, "Hey, I want you to check out these kids. It's 4 of them. They're all brothers, wrestling high school. Senior, and I think that the other one is a sophomore, and 2 freshmen." I was like, okay. One of them challenged me. He said, "I want you to come to the wrestling room because I'm gonna kick your ass." He was like, "I think you're all tough." They were just, being kids, talking smack. But like I said, that voice inside of you is gonna tell you, hey, you need to go. Whether his intentions were good or he was just playing around, he challenged me, and I knew, and I'll know for the rest of my life, going with anything, that if I don't go and if I don't follow that challenge, I can be in Texas thinking about it. Oh wow, I could have gone and I didn't because I was a weenie. But I mean, there's a point where you gotta stop being so much of a weenie and start working to being
Oh wow,
a bigger weenie.
I was about to say, whew.
Because you get humbled down. So I was like, okay, I'm older than this kid. I can go and kick his ass. I show up to practice. The kid is 15 years old. 180 pounds, wrestles at 170. I'm 24, and I weigh 200 pounds. Every morning, 200 pounds. We go to practice, they play a game, blah, blah, blah. We wrestle. But if there's one thing that I know I can beat most people on, it's mental toughness. Mental toughness. So I told the kid, I was like, okay, you know what? Let's do 10 minutes or 20 minutes of just takedowns. Yeah, he whooped my ass. He took me down. I wasn't going so hard because I didn't want to hurt him, obviously. And, him being, I was at his shoes in some point in my life. And you don't want to just go beat down on someone, because then you also hurt their confidence. But, we go back and forth. I take him down, he takes me down. I take him down, he takes me down. 10 minutes go by. I know it's 10 minutes because my wife is telling me it's 10 minutes. And I tell him, let's keep going. I wanted to test his mental toughness. I don't care if he was tired. I don't care if I was tired. We all start somewhere. And I saw where he kind of just broke down. But guys, it's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get up. And that's the lesson that I wanted to teach him. He is better than me in wrestling. That kid, he might have better techniques. He started doing wrestling at a younger age than I did. He might be more athletic. He's actually probably stronger, even though he weighs less than me.
But where's the difference?
But the difference is that I know that if I fall 7 times, I'm gonna get up 8, and I'm gonna keep coming at you. I don't care until I cannot breathe anymore. any longer, if I'm going down, I'm going down swinging. And this might go against the Wiener mentality, but if you're starting somewhere and you want your intentions to be at a good place, mentally and physically, you always want to think about that. You always want to go at it. And if you're going down, you're going to go down swinging. If you fall, you get back up again. You fall 7 times, you get up 8, and you just keep fighting. Head forward. If you're too scared to look at what you're fighting, just put your head down and keep going forward. It don't matter. If you ever get into a conflict outside, obviously the best thing is to walk away. But don't be scared. If you're scared of the person, they might be bigger. Like that guy who he was talking about right now, that he's big and strong. Just because of that doesn't mean anything. They can be very, very weak mentally. My friend Willie, he might not be the biggest guy.
Look, take a look. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Well, do the bicep shot. Go ahead. Look at the difference in that, right? He might have trained longer than me. Even if I train the same amount of time as him, even if I put in the same amount of effort as him, I'm never going to be as big as him. That's a fact that you guys have to face. That's a fact I have to face. But the more you let that haunt you, the more you let that seep into your brain, the unhealthier you become. Mm-hmm. Because your intention should not be to be as big as this guy.
No.
Your intention should be to strengthen yourself.
Yes.
Strengthen your mind. Like he mentioned, you can be like that wrestler. You can go down 7 times, right, and get back 7 times. But if you don't get back up on the 8th time, then what was the point of trying? Yeah. Now, albeit that guy probably sounds like a weenie if he stays down, which is okay in my opinion. But for some people, they just can't have enough of that. And they're not fighting a person. They're fighting themselves. So it comes down to that whole philosophy that I've talked to you guys about over the years on whether you can go to sleep at night, sleep soundly without any things bothering your mind. These are one of those things that my friend Antonio and myself can't go to sleep with. But the fight is against ourselves.
Yeah.
He can't go to sleep knowing that he couldn't deadlift 405 pounds. He has to deadlift 405 pounds. I can't go to sleep knowing that I didn't do my cardio. It's just one of those things that you train your mind to do over time. And over the course of 6 months to a year, however long it takes, you're going to develop those habits.
You'll get there.
You'll get those intentions of doing the right things. Now, if you're going to get that 6-pack to impress a girl, again, I'll remind you, get off my channel. If you're going to do jiu-jitsu so you can get a black belt, get off my channel. These are the wrong reasons. You're trying to show off for the wrong people.
Yeah.
You don't belong in this community. Mm-hmm. If you do what he does and you fight the fight against yourself and all the other people that are watching, good for you, right? I want people to give you that crazy, weird look like,
I can't believe this guy is doing this.
I love that. It's so unique. It's not a winner mindset, it's a wiener mindset because a winner does everything that everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Be uncommon amongst uncommon people.
Thank you. So, if you're a part of that nice long sausage link, and they're all nice, pretty, and brown, I want you to have black spots on yourself. I want people to know that you're the unhealthiest of the unhealthiest.
Yeah.
Right? That means skinny fat, that means fat, that means whatever. Define it the way you see it.
We'll all start somewhere. But going back to what I was saying, if you look at my friend Willie right here, he's not the biggest, he's a vegan. They say vegans are mentally weak because they can't eat meat, whatever. But he's actually one person that I know that I can count of who will push me mentally because he is so mentally tough. When I come here to work out his gym, I already know, and I have to be mentally ready to know that I'm going to push him and he's going to push me. And we're going to push each other to the point that we're going to make each other better.
Whether that's 70 pounds on the bench,
yes.
Whether that's 5 pounds on each side for the squat bar.
2.5, doesn't matter.
It doesn't
5
matter,
pounds.
yeah.
But it's not about being a winner. It's about being a better you. And it's like my wrestling coach told me, he's like, quitting is a sickness. But once you let it in, it will stay with you forever. And I never understood it until that guy quit. Like, he said that, and then like a couple of weeks later, that guy quit. And he brought in that sickness into the wrestling room. And then I just saw a guy after another guy quit and quit and quit and quit because it got too hard for them. They saw it as in, I want to do this because I want to impress girls. I want to wrestle because I'm wearing a singlet. I want to impress this. I want to impress that. No, they should have seen it as in bettering yourself. And that's what you want to do with everything. You always want to better yourself. If you can't do a push-up, do a girl push-up. Eventually you get to do a push-up. And then from one push-up, you get to do more. I remember when Willie couldn't do one pull-up.
The beginning of the year,
Yeah.
Go back and watch the first video that I posted. I think I had to use a resistance band to do a pull-up. I only weighed 192 pounds, but these frail little arms couldn't pull the weight up. So you had to do the best thing that you can.
Mm-hmm.
But to cap off your point about the wrestling, you know, and everything that you have in general, he's emphasizing the word quit. Now, you can define quitting any way you want, but if you quit, you're a wiener, and if you don't quit, you're still a wiener. So let me just explain briefly. If you show up to the wrestling room and you lose every single match, you haven't won a single one, that's amazing. Because by the end of the season, when you have that 0-10 record, however many, you know, wrestling matches you've had, if you have an 0-10 record, then you're a wiener.
Yeah.
The best wiener. You're the best of the worst.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great title for the video, the best of the
And
worst.
then you come back the year after.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. You're still on the wrestling team.
Yeah.
And that guy's not.
You never quit.
You see what I'm saying? You're doing it for the right reasons.
Because you're bettering yourself.
So I think that's a good place to end the video.
Okay. Because
But
we can keep going.
We can go on all day.
On.
But like to share these stories, right? I'm glad he came because he came by surprise. I'm so happy to see him and his wife Polly. You guys remember her? We went into the pool ice swimming. But that's the sort of idea that we have, is doing those uncommon things and having those people look at us in a weird way, simply because we're so used to that look.
Mm-hmm.
And now we used to be afraid. We're like, are we doing something wrong?
Yeah.
No way. We're doing something right. It's unique, it's different, and above all, it's wiener-like. So if you want to do the sign-off, you know what to tell the weenies.
Be a winner, not a winner.
Thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Derp, derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derp